It is 8 o'clock. This is John Jester coming to you live from New Jersey. Got a little music playing here. Just wanted to come out and give a little talk before I start doing my slides. I am recording this so I can be able to show this to people that do not make it tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with Facebook tonight, but you know, a lot of posts and a lot of things are not being shown today. So, but I'm going to get going, and it's actually one of the good reasons why I have this thing off of Facebook and not on Facebook Live. So I'll still be able to at least do this presentation, and I'll be able to record it and share it later. So, all right. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. It is now 8:01. And I'm going to get rocking and rolling, okay? So, I'm going to stop the music. I'm going to stop the music and get moving and start to share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing as I am talking. So, all right, so I said good morning. That's from my last time I did this was in the morning. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we're getting started. It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to start running through the slides, and as people come on, feel free to come on, and I'm going to reduce this so I don't see this, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so it's time to level up. It's 2019. It's time to get things moving, and this is my my very first webinar for the year. So I wanted to come on and give this information to people and try to bring people into what we're doing. This is the Wealth Code Revealed. We're going to be showing some people some things that the majority of the people in the world never even heard about, and then those that heard about it, a lot of people just not doing it. Okay, so this is our campaign for making 2019 your best year ever. So in today's webinar, I'm going to cover the following things. One, I'm going to cover who I am. I'm also going to cover a career versus a biz op. I'm going to cover the rule of 72. I'm going to cover what I do, and then you're going to see why I do it. As you see what I do, you're going to understand why I do it. And then I also want you to know how what I can do can serve you. All right, so let's get started. Who am I? My name is John Jester. I'm here with my partner for life, Marlene Jester. She's down here, and we're holding it down. This is our 25th year anniversary right now, and I am a speaker. I'm an author, a real estate investor, and also a forex currency trader. I also purchased and owned, flipped millions of dollars in real estate. I am an online marketer, and I'm also the author of this book called How to Master This Game Called Money. You see that down on the right-hand side. That's a book that I put out. It is available on Amazon.com. You can pick that up whenever you want. And let me know what you think after you read it. That book is an awesome blueprint for financial freedom. I started writing that book because I wanted people to have a more simple way of obtaining financial freedom, and versus what the industry tries to tell people. They make it very, very complicated, and it's really not that complicated. It's a real simple thing to be financially free. So my goal is financial freedom, of course, for the day. And I want to get you on the path to financial freedom. So hopefully after you watch this webinar, you'll be able to see or at least make a plan for yourself or decide in a direction for which road you're going to be going down towards for not financial freedom. Now, financial freedom means different things to different people. For some people, it's all about finance. For some people, they want to just be able to travel more. Some people just want to be able to spend time with their family, help out their children, help out their parents. It means a lot of different things to many different people, and you should have to decide what it means to you, and then you should pursue that. But it should not just be about money. It should be about those things that are more important than money. So my goal also is to give you the basics of what I do, and while I'm involved in this market, I want to teach you today something that you didn't know before watching me, and also I want to get you to implement some of this information that you're going to learn or already know but have not applied it. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes I meet people a lot, and they tell me as I'm talking to them about doing certain things and business ventures, and they have a lot of knowledge, and they tell me about that they know a lot of these things, but they never take that first step to applying that knowledge that they have in their head. So they become like some of the knowers of the world. They know, but they never apply that knowledge. So what I want you to do is, not only do I want to give you something that you didn't know, if you're one of those that know some of this information, you heard about it before, I want to get you to take that first step so that you can apply that knowledge. Now also, if you're hanging there to the end, okay, I'm going to make you an offer that you just can't refuse. It's going to be awesome, you know, and it'll be something that would enhance what your my presentation, or is going to enhance my offer that I have for you. It should help you out. All right, but first, forget that for now. Let's learn. Let me teach you a couple of things. Career versus business opportunity. Okay, career versus business opportunity. Now, career. When many people speak of having a career, you know, people think about, you know, having a job in a particular field. You know, many people relate to having a career, a job in a particular profession, like being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a dentist, a teacher, working on Wall Street, or some other type of corporate America job. Okay, that's what they think about when you say career. They don't think about all the other millions of jobs that's out there, but they kind of just put you in this one category as far as career. Everything else is just considered a job. When it comes to business opportunities, many people speak of having business opportunities. They think about maybe a brick and mortar type of business, you know, or a home-based type of business. So many people relate business opportunities to having a restaurant, maybe a retail store, maybe construction, maybe a car dealership, a barbershop, and so on and so on. They relate that to things that they see out in the community, things that people have started up, and you can walk into XYZ business store, or you can walk into XYZ retail store to sell clothes or to buy sneakers, or at the mall. That's what they think about when it comes to business opportunities. There's also business opportunities that sell vitamins, they sell makeup, they sell health products, they sell travel, they sell online products, they sell tea, they sell coffee, and so on and so on. They're all business opportunities. They're just from different sides of the track. They're just different, but they all are good business opportunities. It really comes down to the person and what you make of it. So many jobs and many careers are done right from home today. This is 2019. Many jobs and many careers are done right from home. You have companies that hire and they source out certain parts of their business to be done by people right from their home. So here you are working for XYZ company, but instead of having to drive to work 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or a whole hour, the company sets it up so that you can have a port right at your house, and then you can do whatever work they need as far as marketing or customer service and those type of things right from your house. This way they don't have to pay for as much building space, brick and mortar space, as they would of having. They can save money on having hundreds or thousands of employees. So it's a very common thing that happens today. Now I'm saying all this because this is how we are programmed. We are programmed to think that if we are not doing a particular type of work, living in a particular neighborhood, making a specific type of income, or wearing particular clothes, we are taught and programmed that we are not worthy of. We are not worthy of whatever this acceptable status may be. And this is what comes to mind when you see us out in the public. We call it the marketplace. This is how we are programmed to think, that you have to be in one of those professional type of services, or you are beneath the rest. So many people, whether you're in the professional service, whether you're in the regular marketplace, no matter where you are, most people, the majority of the people, wind up chasing money, going from job to job, chasing money, going from business to business, chasing money, going from profession to profession, and chasing money their whole life. Right? People just continue to chase money, and they don't really know what to do with the money once they get the money. They chase money, they capture some, they chase money, they capture some, and you hear a lot about people talking about how much money they make per year. This is the thing that I hear a lot. Oh, I make X amount of dollars per year. I make X amount of dollars per hour. And that's chasing, and they continue to do that year after year after year after year. They just continue to chase money. So what I like to do is I like to help people get out of the rat race. All right, because that's what I call that chasing money thing. That's when you're running around, you're working, you're running around, you're working, you're running your business. Some people think that just because they have a business, right, that they're self-employed, that they're better off than the people that have a job. Well, many self-employed people, they wind up chasing money all their life also. They never really get out of the rat race. Their business can't run without them. Many of them don't take vacations. If they take a vacation, they're going to lose a lot of money on their job, on their business, right? So some of them are just as bad as the rest. So let me back that up. So I'd like to show people how to take control of their finances, become debt-free, and break that generational continuum of living paycheck to paycheck. Because what people don't realize is that you learn from your parents. Your parents learn from their parents. And the way that your parents handle money is a good chance that you're going to handle money the same way. And if you continue that, there's a good chance that your children are going to handle the money the same way that you handle, and you will continue chasing money generation from generation to generation. And now it's said that 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's 76 of Americans. That's almost 8 out of 10 people. And why is this happening? When you ask people, why is this like this? Most people don't know. You ask people, hey, why do you go to work every day? Why do you have a job? Why do you go to work every day? Most people just don't know. I just go to work because I'm programmed to go to work. This is what I'm taught to do. I'm supposed to get a job and go out somewhere and go to work every day and work till I'm 65. This is what we taught. Most people don't have a real answer. They'll just say, I don't know. And you got to understand that this money thing is only a game. But if you want to win it, you must know the rules of the game if you want to win. You have to know the rules of the game if you want to win. It's very, very serious game. Now, speaking of money, it's not real money anymore. So sorry to disappoint you, but it's not real money. It's now a currency. That's what we call it now. When President Nixon took it off the gold standard in 1971, they took it off the gold standard and just made it a currency, just a paper currency. Now they can print as much money as they want to. In the past, you used to be able to have, you used to have a certain amount of gold for every dollar that you had out in the marketplace. So if you had $100 out in the marketplace, you would have an equivalent amount of gold in the market, and that gold will keep our dollar solid. But when President Nixon took it off of the gold standard, we now don't have to do that. The government and they can print up as much money as they want to. And this is the way the dollar used to look back in the day. Back in the day, if you look up top here, the dollar says a silver certificate, right? And this is the old one. This is back in 1957 series, okay? This is what used to be up on top of the dollar back in the day prior to 1971. But now what you see is you see a Federal Reserve note on your dollar bill. You don't see a silver certificate anymore. A silver certificate meant it was backed by gold. Now you see Federal Reserve note, which means the federal bank printed this money. Now, who makes these dollar bills anyway? Does anybody know? I went ahead and it's the Federal Reserve Bank. All right, they're the ones that print these dollar bills out. Now, guess what? I got news for you. The Federal Reserve Bank is not a bank. The Federal Reserve Bank is also not federal. It is a private company, all right, owned by a couple of families, and they pretty much just run the whole money game. All right, it's a private company. It's not a bank, and it's not federal, but they have license to print money and loan it to the government whenever the government needs money. It's really weird. So this is the dollar bill on the front and rear side. Just want to show you, this is a Federal Reserve note. All right, and here's the two Federal Reserve note up top and the silver certificate on the bottom. These things that you should know, like most people wouldn't even have noticed the difference, right? But now it's not backed by gold anymore. So if you see this one up top, it's backed by nothing. This one, this silver over here, is backed by, silver, which is really gold. All right, so this one was actually worth something. This is why our dollar has been going down and down and down, the value of our dollar. Now, currency is currency, whether it's coins, whether it's a paper, currency is currency. And throughout all different countries, they all have their different forms of currency, all right? And some of them are backed. There's only a couple places where they're backed by gold. Most of them just print money out, and they just continue to print and print and print. Now, the interesting thing about it is that this currency, is now starting to turn digital, all right? So what I'm going to talk to you about is the foreign exchange market, which exchanges currency from one country to another country. But now you have this thing called Bitcoin and cryptocurrency coming in, which is going to be a whole new thing. It's going to be changing the world, okay? So the great thing about this currency is that you can pay for things and you can invest your currency and you can pay for items, with your cell phone, with your watch. You can buy these cryptocurrencies and Bitcoins at an ATM. You can invest on your phone. There's a bunch of things going on that people have to catch up on because life is moving by whether they want it or not. You can actually go to a Starbucks and take your cell phone and hold it over this scanner, and you can pay for whatever you want with your cell phone. In fact, some people, they even have watches out where you can do it with your watch. So things are really changing, So I like to say, whether you see it or not, or whether you accept it or not, the world is changing, It is definitely going to change. So make sure you try to keep up with everything that's going on. It's important for you. So I want to get you to think. Today, I want to get you to dream again. For those of you that are not dreaming, I'd like to get you to have a positive attitude about the future. I want you to learn something new. Always keep learning. And as you learn, I want you to be able to help other people. And I have this model, I keep saying, live life, dream big. Live life, dream big, because that's what you should be doing. Living life and dreaming big, taking it to the moon. All right, so we're going to continue to learn. And as we continue to learn, I want to point out that there's 3 types of education. All right, there's academic education, there's professional education, and there's financial education. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip the academic and the professional, because you get academic in school, you get professional once you leave school and get into a particular field. But very rarely do you get financial education, and that's what we're going to talk about today, which brings me to the rule of 72, as I said I was going to talk about. Now, the rule of 72. What is so important about the rule of 72? Well, the rule of 72 is a simple rule of thumb to guide your financial future. Now, if you remember anything that I say about this presentation, make sure that you remember the rule of 72. All right, with this information, you can take this information with you, and if you apply it to your life, you could make a major changes in your financial life. All right, so the rule of 72, this is how it works. You take an interest rate that you're receiving on your money, no matter where your money is located, whether your money is in the bank savings account, a checking account, a money market, a savings bond, a CD, bonds, whether you have in the mutual funds or stocks, no matter where you have your money at, whatever interest rate you're getting, that annual interest rate, you divide it, right, by the number 72, and the answer is the approximate number of years that it takes for your money to double. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, some people will try and make this a little bit more complicated, but it's not. That's all it is. All right, you divide it into 72. The answer you get will tell you exactly or approximately how many years it takes for that to double. Now, the average person works approximately 48 years in his or her lifetime, and that's approximately from 18 to 66. So let's see how this works in the real world. Most people place all of their money in the bank when they receive it. Now, the bank right now is paying you less than 1% in the savings and checking account. So to show an example, if you took 2 and divided it into the number 72, it would go 36 times. What that means is approximately every 36 years, your money will double. That means every 36 years, $1 will turn into $2. So I'm going to push it up, give the banks a break, right? Let's push it up to 3%. And this is what happens when you have 3%. If you took $1,000 and placed it into an account at 3% and did nothing else to it, this is what will happen. If you divide 3 into 72, it goes 24 times. That means every 24 years, your money is going to double. So when you put that $1,000 in there, at year 1, it's going to turn into $2,000 24 years later. And then 24 years later from there, it's going to turn into $4,000. All right, so imagine that over a 48-year period, going from $1,000 to $4,000. You can also picture someone at 18 dropping that $1,000 in, and when they hit 16, they pull the $4,000 out. So this is what you get when you leave your money here. You and the bank are happy. Most people are. You know, they gave the bank $1,000 and they got $4,000 back. They figure, oh, that was a pretty good deal. All right, but this is what happens when you take that same $1,000 and you put it in an account that's giving you 6%. Now, first we was doing 3% at 24 years, but now when you do it at 6%, it's going to be every 12 years. So now your money is going to double every 12 years. So year 1 is 1,000, year 12 is 2,000, year 24 is 4,000, year 36 is 8,000, year 48, that's $16,000. So same amount of time that when you had your money placed at a 3% account, it gave you $4,000. If you go from 3% to 6%, it'll give you $16,000 at the same time. All right, that's 48 years. That's still 18 through 66 years old. So watch what happens when you move it up to 12%. When you move it up to 12%, all right, amen. Every 6 years, there you go. Okay, I took a slide out. So when you move it up to 12%, that same 12%, it's missing a slide here. I have to go back and place it in. But that same 12% would take you from $1,000 up into $256,000 in a 48-year period. So you can do this yourself by putting $1,000 in, and every 6 years, double it. So go from 1,000, 6 years later, it'll be 2,000. At 12, it'll be 4,000. And at 18, it'll be 8,000. And you continue to go all the way up to 48 years. And by the time you get to 48, it'll be at $256,000. All right, so this is what happens. The banks take your money. They give you 3%. They give you $4,000 back after 48 years. They take your money over that same 48-year period. They reinvest it into stocks or into the Forex market, and they reinvest it, and they make $256,000 off your money. They give you $4,000, and they make a profit of $252,000. And that's the killer, is off of your money. Okay, all for your money. So that's the difference, 12% versus 3%, or as most people are getting in the bank, less than 1%. Okay, so always remember the rule of 72. All right, and actually I plan on putting a link to a video for this here so I can show it to you in its entirely. You know, so I'll show you that. I'll put that rule of 72 together so you can see the whole video, so you can see the numbers at 12% from 1, 6, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. You can see those numbers as they double and double and double. You know, so you can do that yourself. So this is the world that most people live in. Most people living in the world operated at 1 to 3% per year. This is what they're getting on their money. It's a bank almost every corner downtown in most cities. You see a bank down there, and they're giving you below 1% or somewhere between 1 and 3% on your money. And as you can see on the last example, they're going to be getting more. They're going to be getting 6% and 12% on the money and giving you the difference. All right, so this gives them what you're getting here between 1 and 3% per year. You got to remember this slide I showed you earlier. 3% doubles every 24 years. You're getting the 4,000. All right, this is what you get when you leave your money here at the bank. Okay, but only a small portion of the people in this population are lucky enough to get into the 12% arena. Most people don't know where they can get 12% on their money. Most people just don't know. I mean, they're just comfortable with putting their money in the bank. And if the bank says, "Oh, well, you got $10,000, you got $20,000 in here. Let's move you up into a money market, or let's put you in a CD," and they pay to the 3%, 5% at the max. Okay, but you got to leave your money. It's stuck there, you know, for 5 or 10 years. Most people don't know where to get 12% at on their money. Okay, only a small portion of the population knows. This is what you want to be at. You want to be getting at 12% if you're just going to be around the average. So compound interest is what we're talking about. That's what this is called, compounding the interest, taking money that you make on an annual basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and piling it back on top of each other and having it grow and grow and grow. And Albert Einstein says compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He says, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And really pay attention to that. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He says, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Okay, and he was considered to be one of the best in math. And it takes just to show you, if you ever had a car loan or if you ever had a mortgage, you know, you buy a house for $200,000. Over the period of 30 years, that compound interest will have you paying $450,000 for that $200,000 house. All right, this is why it says, he who understands it earns it. They position themselves to where they can earn interest. And then he says, who doesn't pays it. Most people willingly just go and buy a $200,000 house, and they pay $450,000 over a 30-year period and don't even understand what's going on. Okay, but wait. All right, there is more. Of course, there's more. All right, remember, we are talking about yearly interest. We're talking about 3% per year. All right, that was a 6% per year. Then it was a 12% per year. We're talking yearly. Did you know that there are people out there getting these same results on a daily basis? I'm talking 3% per day, 5%, 6%, 12% per day. There are people out there doing that. And I know where to go to do those type of numbers. Most people don't even know it. Most people don't even know where they get 12% per year. But getting it daily is very unheard of for many people. All right, so how many years have you been working? This is something I want you to think about. Think about all the money that has went in and came out of your bank account. You've been working for X amount of years. Think about all the money that you put into the bank and you withdrew out. Put into the bank and you paid bills. Put into the bank and left there. How much money have you accumulated since those years you've been working? How much money have you grown? How much money have you saved? And how much money have you multiplied? Think about all of the years that you've been working. Now, the average person works, I'm going to give you a little example here. For the average person that's worked 5 years at $20,000, he would have earned $100,000. What I want you to think about is, if that's you, how much money have you accumulated? Think about somebody who's working 10 years at $20,000. That's $200,000 they've accumulated. Think about somebody who's working 10 years at $40,000. That's $400,000 that they earn. Think about somebody working 10 years at $80,000. That's $800,000 that they've earned. And the question always comes back to, where did the money go? If you was making $50,000 a year or $80,000 a year, at $50,000 a year over a 30-year period, you would have earned $1.5 million. At $80,000, you would have earned $2.4 million. This is the question: where did all of this money go? A lot of people retire, right? Just think about this: working 30 years and you retire, you've earned $2.4 million. Where did that money go? Then you retire on a paycheck-to-paycheck pension. Why is that happening when you just earned $1.5 million? You just earned $2.4 million. It shouldn't be like that. Okay, think about that. That's food for thought. I really want to pound that in people's head, because you make all this money over your lifetime, and the question is, where does it go? What are you doing with all this money? All right. So a little disclaimer for you, because I'm talking numbers and I'm talking money. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax preparer. I'm not even a CTA, which is Commodities Trade Advisor. Okay. That's not what I do. I'm giving you information from my personal experience, from things that I've done, from people that I've helped, people that I've, coached or advised. This is my personal testimonial to you, and the information that I've learned in my lifetime that I want to share with you, and so that you can be able to make corrections right now. And if you can, like I have, listen, you're not, if this is you, if you've was lost this information, and you didn't know about this information, you're not alone. I was also, okay? You're not alone. I was in the same boat, but then once I started learning this stuff, I'm like, got to make some changes, and I got to let people know about this stuff. It's really important. This company right here, iMarkets Live, is a training company that I work with, and they're an education company, and they teach people how to invest in the foreign exchange and cryptocurrency market. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to impact lives. I'm trying to impact lives to get people to make extra $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000 per month or more, because I believe when you start making extra money on the side, working from home, it can make a difference in your life. It can make a difference in someone catching up on their bills. It can make a difference in someone paying off their car loan. It can make a difference in someone paying off their student loans, which beats up a lot of people, a lot of population. Most people that go to college, by the time you hit 30 to 40 years old, you still have your student loans. You're still paying on them. Okay, but if you can make an extra, $500, $1,000, $2,000 per month at home, so you don't have to leave your family, you don't have to leave your kids, that's extra in addition to your work, that'll make a big difference, about paying off medical bills, paying your rent, your mortgage, paying off your house, just something, just positioning yourself to help other people. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people that try to help people, but they're not in position to help themselves. So like, how are you going to be helping other people and you can't help yourself? So what I want to do is teach people how they can get themselves on their feet so they can position themselves to help other people. And what I'm looking for is people that are looking to partner, looking to put in like 2 hours a day, maybe 3 days a week. It's going to be on everybody's different schedule. Some people will be able to put in more hours. Some people may have to put in less hours, but you're going to do it on your own time from your home. Okay. And, estimate time of working 2 hours a week would be 1 hour studying, doing 1 hour trading and charting. All right. Your first week, most likely you will spend 2 hours per day getting set up and studying and learning what we do. So in life, the only thing that no one can take from you It's the skill set that you develop. Very important. Once you learn the skill, you can take that skill with you wherever you go. Different from having a job. And that's why I brought up jobs and careers because when you have a job or a career, if it's a brick and mortar place, you are there. You have to stay there wherever that place is, wherever that business is, wherever that job is, unless they have them in multiple cities or multiple states. But if you have a skill that's fairly universal, that you can be mobile with, once you learn that skill, there's nothing that anyone can take away from you. You can always find work. You can always make money. All right. So with that said, I'm going to talk to you about getting some pips in your life. All right. So not talking about these pips. This is Gladys Knight, and she's singing here with her cousin and the brothers. This is Gladys Knight and the Pips. It's a real old school type of R&B group, and it was very, very good. What I'm going to talk to you about is pips, and pips stands for price interest point. All right, and I know I have a lot of sports, friends out there. So what I'm going to do is I put up this Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Bears picture because we're going to be talking about bulls and bears. Because in our line of business, we talk bullish and we talk bearish. Okay, so when we're talking bullish, we're talking about our market going up. When we're talking bearish, we're talking about our market going down. Okay, that's why I have the bear on this side for the down arrow. I have the bull on this side for the up arrow. Okay, and then when we're talking about going up, we're not talking about going straight up like this arrow is. When I talk about going straight up, we're going to move straight up in a pattern like this. When we're going down, we're going to move in a pattern like this. All right, and sometimes the market is going to be going sideways, but it's still going to be going up and down. Okay, so this is a picture of some candlesticks, and the market is an actual real pattern. Okay, and this is how it looks. When I told you it's going up, although it's going up and down, you can see from the bottom to the top is going in the upward direction. So when I first saw this here, I thought it was kind of like an EKG reading, and that's what made me look at this. And here's another picture of the market. All right. So the key for this market is 3 things that you should know in advance when you get into this market, and we're going to teach you how to do this. But it's 3 things you really should know when you get into this market. One is which direction the market is going. Is the market going up, or is the market going down? You need to know, is the market going up, or is the market going down? Okay, the other thing you need to know is when should you get into the market? Do you get in here? Do you get in here? Do you get in here? All right, you also need to know when to get out. Do you get out here? Do you get out here? Do you get out here? So those are the main 3 things that you need to know. And once you master these 3 things, you're going to be able to make a lot of money. Okay, so here's a quick lesson on how getting pips can help you in your life. All right, pips, 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 pips. Okay, now I told you a pip stands for a price interest point. And it represents the distance from one point in the market to another. Now let me show you how much they are worth in value and how you can benefit from having them in your life. So you can leverage the amount of pips you receive by adjusting something that we call lot size. So here's an example right here. So what we're going to train you to do is train you how to get 20 pips per day in your life. So that's 20 pips Monday through Friday, 20 pips Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever amount of days that you want to work. You're going to focus on trying to get 20 pips. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to teach you about the different lot sizes. You have a 0.01 lot size, you have a 0.1 lot size, 0.5 lot size, all right, and you also have 6, 7, and 8, 0.6, 7, 8. You have 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you just have 1, and you have a 10. So these things we're going to teach you about in the future. I'm just pointing it out to you for now. For the most part, we want you to just focus on getting 20 pips per day. And when you start out in the beginning at 20 pips per day, you're going to start out at a 0.01 lot size. That means you're going to be starting out at 10 pips, 10 cents per pip. So at 10 cents per pip times 20, that means you'll make $2 per day on that trade. And if you do that 5 days a week, that'll be $10 for the week. And if you do that 4 weeks a month, that'll be $40 for the month. And as you get comfortable and you start training more and you get more, we're going to show you how you can push that up from 0.01 to 0.1. Then those same 20 pips that we teach you how to get, it's just a matter of switching from 0.01 to 0.1 will earn you $20 per day, which would be $100 per week, which would be $400 for the month. And as you continue to get better, we can ease you up to 0.5, which would be $100 for the day, $500 for the week, $2,000 for the month. Okay, and this is pretty much where you want to be in the beginning, and this is what we're going to be focusing on. And as you get better and better, then you can up your lot size and get more, all right? And or instead of getting 20 pips, you can get 40 pips and make $4,000. You know, so it's going to be up to you, and we're going to teach you when and how to move your lot sizes as you come on board. Okay, so it's all about making money with your job or business. This is where most people fail. Most people make money with their job, their business. They make $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year, and their money just goes out and go out and go out and go out, and they just spend it all. They don't really know what to do with their money. All right, so what we're going to teach you to do is taking the money that you make and then getting that money to start working for you. You have to put your money in a position to where your money starts working for you instead of you working for the money your whole life. Okay, this is what Robert Kiyosaki talks about. He says money, he breaks it down pretty much into a quadrant, okay, into 4 sections. He said 95% of the people are in the employee side, and 5% of the people are on the self-employed side, or business side. Okay, what he teaches us is how to go from an employee or self-employed side to move to the right side of this quadrant, where there are business owners and there are investors. Okay, because the reason why is because on the left-hand side, right, 95% of the people are working and 5% of the people making money here on the left-hand side. But on the right-hand side, the business owners, they make 95% of the money and they got 5% of the people working. Okay, so if you ever hear that saying, the 5% or the 3% of people, they're the people that own and control the rest of the world. This is why. It's not because they have jobs. It's not because they have small barbershops and hair shops and small restaurants. It's because they get into big business and they take their money that they have and they reinvest their money to get their money to start working for us. Only 5% of the people are doing that, and they control 95% of the money. So this is where we're trying to move from the employee and self-employed side over to the right side of this quadrant. All right, so how can you get some pips into your life? This company that I was talking to you about, iMarkets Live, they are an education company. What we do is we're going to hook you up with this company, and we're going to get you some education so that you can learn how to get pips in your life. It's a first-class Forex education company. It was founded in 2013 on July the 4th. They are operating in 120 countries worldwide. They are debt-free and privately owned. There are no third-party services. All the tools and stuff I'm going to talk to you about, they own themselves. They develop them, and they own these tools. Okay, so you'll be able to learn and earn as you go along. So you don't have to wait and wait and wait and wait before you can start earning money. You'll be able to start to earn money right away, and as you're learning how to do this. So they have a model that they're bringing Wall Street to the Main Street. See, we're Main Street, so they're bringing Wall Street to us. Okay. Now this industry it's a pretty big industry. It's a Forex and futures trading. It's a $5.3 trillion industry. That's how much flows through this industry per day. So what they're doing is they took this Forex trading industry and they combined it with network marketing, which is $180 billion a year. So when I seen the network marketing, you know, my first thought was, I'm not really into network marketing. I'm not really, I do like this Forex, because when I seen how big the Forex market was, I was like, tell me some more about this Forex. Because I've been into this Forex market now for going on a year and a half. And it's been a really, really, really big eye-opener for me. You know, a lot of people have not been exposed to this market, and I've been blessed to be able to get into this market and learn all this information that I'm learning, because it's really awesome. All right, so this is what I learned about the Forex market. I learned about this company. They're teaching people how to do foreign exchange, all right, also cryptocurrencies, all right, and a couple other things. And I learned how big the Forex market was with the $5.3 trillion per day going in there. I learned it is the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. There's not another market out there. It's not real estate, not travel, not oil, there's not another financial market bigger than this one, all right? And we teach people how to trade one currency for another, and you're going to learn as we go along, all right? So getting pips in your life, in order to get this, is going to take some education. You just can't do this on your own. There's people that try to go out and they do it on their own, and most of the time they wind up coming back asking for help, because you just can't do this on your own. You got to get with someone that knows. And now that we know how to do this, we're trying to teach as many people as possible. All right, now going back to traditional school, I don't want you to do that. You know, you're not going to get that type of education. You're going to be learning from people directly in this Forex industry. Going back to traditional school will just get you some academic education. We're focusing on financial education, and this is why you're here. All right, so you got training and you got tools. First, we're going to talk about the training. All right, lessons learned. Again, in life, the only thing that no one can take from you are the skill set that you develop. Nobody can take that from you. Here's what's really good about what we're doing here. There's no experience required. All right? No experience required. You can come in brand new. I don't care what your background is. You can come in brand new. As a matter of fact, there's no experience required. There's no diploma. There's no degree. There's no license. There's no recruiting. There's no selling required. None of these things are required. Okay? I'll talk to you about a selling part at the end, you know, but it's not a requirement. You can come in this business, not have to do any of these things right here, and make a ton of money. Okay? It's life-changing. Okay? Now, one of the things you're going to do as far as education is we have an academy class. We call it IML Academy. There's over 100 plus educational videos in there. All right, they're available in all major languages. All right, don't want to say all, but off the top of my head, I know it's English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, German, and I think it's something else, but I know those languages are there off the top of my head. And you're going to get education on Forex and cryptocurrency. We also have IML TV. Now, IML TV is interesting because IML TV allows you to log in just like you did right now on this here presentation, or if you're watching this on the video, you can be able to log in and sit with some traders live as they're going over the market and teaching you and training you on how to trade in this market. So you don't have to worry about, you know, we have a bunch of different channels. It's like over 1,000 hours each month. So you'll be able to log in. We have our times and our schedules, you know, for when you can log in, and we have different traders, and you can click on instead of clicking on let's see, if you watch which I used to watch it too, Scandal, you know, instead of clicking on Scandal, you know, you can click on one of these TV things and watch these guys live and trade with them live instead of watching another television show. I won't name any more television shows, but instead of watching them, you can trade some of that time. You can record the television show, and then you can watch these guys and trade with these guys live. And this is how you're going to learn. You learn by doing. You don't just learn by listening and just learn by watching. You're going to learn by doing. So you can do this right from your home. All right. We also have our personal dream team training. Okay. So you'll be able to trade and train with us also. So as you, because it's a group of us. So you'll be able to learn and train and grow with us as we're trading also. All right, so you'll be able to get some nice one-on-one or some nice personal help with our team. Next, we're going to talk to you about some tools, because we have education and then we also have tools. All right, so what makes things unique about it is that we have the best, kind of like the best of both worlds. Okay, and the things that this company, they don't take money for you. They won't trade for you. They're just going to teach you to trade. I mean, it's that concept of giving you a fish or teaching you how to fish. They don't trade for you. They teach you how to do it. Okay, so you can enter and you can exit these trades at any time, and we're just trying to empower, enrich, and educate people. All right, so the tools are so you'll be able to earn while you learn. All right, you'll be able to earn money while you're learning how to do this. Now, if you look at that word learn, you can see the name, the word earn, right inside the word learn. This way you can do both. You don't have to go to school like we go to school for 12 years of high school, then you get a job, or you go to school for 4 years in college, and after college, then you'll get a job. Well, this would be like going to college, right, and working a job while you're going to college, all right, because you'll be making money at the same time that you're learning, all right. Now, we also have something here for those busy people. Those of you that say, I'm too busy, I got this going on, I got this going on, I got all these things to do. Well, we have some tools for you guys also. So these tools are going to help people earn while they learn. They also going to help people who are super, super busy. They got a million things on their plate, all right, be able to do this in a real short amount of time. And one of the things we have is called a harmonic scanner. The harmonic scanner, if you remember, I talked to you about 3 things you had to learn: which direction the market was going in, when to get in, and when to get out. Well, the harmonic scanner is going to give you those 3 things. It's going to give you direction. It's going to tell you when to get in. It's going to tell you when to get out. We also have a web analyzer, which will also pick up trades for you. It'll let you know when to get in, which direction is going in. It'll let you know when to get in. It'll let you know when to get out. So all that is taken care of for you. The thing that you have to master the most is taken care of for you with those 2 things. We also have an IML marketplace with other tools. We have the Gold Cup Swipe Coin. We have the HFFX. We have the Level Scanner. We have all these other tools right here that will provide the same thing for you. They will help you make money as you're going along. We have something called swipe trades. All right, swipe trades. You copy, you paste, and you profit. You copy, you paste, and you profit. All right, and these things can be sent right to your cell phone. All right, that's swipe trades right there. You can receive trade alerts right to your phone. No trading experience necessary. This is how you supplement your income. This is an example of one that came to us. It had EURNZD, which means the euro dollar versus the New Zealand dollar. It told you the entry price. It gave you 2 entry prices. All right. It gave you the stop loss, which means when to get out, and it's when to profit. It gave you take profit. It gave you 3 take profits. So it gave you 3 areas right here where you can make money on, and then it gave you a stop loss just in case if the market went in the opposite way to protect your losses. This is Christopher Terry. He's the owner and CEO of the company, and he's a 25-year experienced trader, made millions of dollars out on Wall Street, trading not only Forex, but stocks and everything else and futures. And he is responsible for giving us this platform that we're on. So up next, we have cryptocurrency. All right, so just as I was showing you about the foreign exchange giving us trades, when to get in and when to get out, we also have cryptocurrency. We also have a cryptocurrency scanner that will show you when to get in and when to get out. Again, we have this in different languages: English, Spanish, Portuguese, German. This is a crypto analyzer. This crypto analyzer picks out crypto coins for you, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Litecoin, whether it's Tron, whether it's Ripple. It'll tell you which ones to pick. It'll tell you which direction the market is going in. It also will tell you when to get out and when to get in and when to get out. So these things are sent right to you. All right, so it's all about the tools and education. The tools of education makes it easier for you to learn this business and earn this business at the same time. You can be able to earn money just by pulling these things, using these tools, right? And then you can take some time out to study, all right? Take some time out to drop in on one of the television channels and watch one of us do some live trading, all right? Take some time out to watch one of the replays on the video and learn. So you can be doing both at the same time. So I hope this helped out a lot. You know, I know people have questions. when they see all this stuff. So one of the main questions people always have is, how much do I have to learn? You know, and the question is, as much as you want. If you don't want to learn anything, you don't have to learn anything. You can just continue to take all the trades using the tools and never have to learn how to do it at all if you don't want to. I always just recommend that you do take some time to learn, because if any reason, this company's been around since 2013, but for any reason this company should go out of business 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, you want to be able to say, you know what, I can still go into the Forex market and still be able to pick my trades and still be able to make $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. That's the reason why you want to learn, but you don't have to learn if you don't want to. You can just use the tools, and whatever the tools give you, you can profit from the tools, and you can keep it stepping. All right. Now, will it take a long time before I can start earning money? I think I just answered that one right there. And how much does it cost? So if you're new to this, you not have to understand everything that I was talking about right now. You really don't, because I was new to it when I first started, and I didn't understand everything, but I knew in my heart that it was something that was bigger than what I've ever learned anything else before, because I'm a real estate guy. So I know real estate is big, but I knew this thing was really, really big. Someone said it was like $5.3 trillion per day. That is huge. That's the largest financial market in the world. There's nothing bigger than that. So I knew this thing was big. So I don't want you to get caught up into trying to understand everything right now. The key is to know that there has been and will continue to be a shift of money in the world, and people are doing this, whether you do this or not. Okay? I'm saying this because I don't want you to get caught up with understanding everything or not understanding everything, right? It's practically impossible for someone to get it from this one presentation. Just know that it is real, and you can learn how to do this. And people have been doing this for years. This market is over 150 years old. People have been doing this for years, and we're just hearing about this. Nobody in my past generations have ever talked about doing something like this. Not my mom, not my grandparents, the great-grand. Nobody's ever talked about doing this. I've never heard of this before. It's been around for 150 years. All right, so if you're brand new to this, when you join, you can join us, and you can begin by starting up what we call a demo account. So as soon as you come on board with us, right, you don't have to worry about investing money and losing money, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to train you with pretend money. We're going to train you on the real market, but with what we call a demo account. So you'll be able to set it up, and you can use this demo account to act as real money, and it's going to make money or lose money, but it's not going to be real. And then once you get to the point to where you got this going on, and you say, you know what, I'm just going to start pulling some trades from the harmonic scanner or from the levels program or from one of our tools, then you can, put some real money in. And or you can just continue to trade with the demo money until you feel comfortable enough to do it on your own. So it's all going to be up to you, whether you one of the learners or whether you just want to use the tools or whether you want to do a combination of both. Okay, so we'll talk about it, and we'll have a consultation when you come in. Okay, so how do you get started? All right, understand everything costs something. There is no free lunch in life. Everything costs something. This business is huge, and it takes it pays out a lot of money every day. All right, everything's going to cost you something: money, time, or services. All right, of some sort. It's going to cost you. Sometimes it'll cost you a combination of two of these. Okay, it's going to cost you something. I believe that when you're going down a particular road and you realize that this is not where you want to be, you should get off of that road. All right, did you hear me when I said that? If you're going down a particular road that you don't want to be, you should get off of that road. Get away right now. All right. I also believe that staying on the road will cost you more than not trying to find the right path. Okay, and that's what, unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. They tend to stay right on that same road out of fear, out of not having, I need to have all the information, I need to know everything. Some people stay on that same road, and they wind up getting caught in that continuum that we talked about earlier, and that's how you live paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck, until something happens in your life, and then you can't even make it paycheck to paycheck. All right, so I believe you should get off that road and try something new. We have 2 starter packs to get started. One of them is $325, and with $325 you get the Academy, you get the IML TV, harmonic scanners, you get the night owl sessions, you get Pip Talk, you get the web analyzer, you get the gold cup, you get all these tools. These are tools: the gold cup, the swipe coin, the swipe trades, the high frequency forex, the level scanner. You get these things right here, and they're tools that you can use. For the we have another package which is a platinum starter package. That's for $225. Okay, so you get the Academy, you get the TV, you get the harmonic scanner, you get the pip talks, you get the night owl session. So you get them for $225. All right, and then what you can do is this monthly package that you have to choose, and you can choose from either the $274.95 packet, the $164.95 packet, or the $179.95 packet, or this other $195 packet. All right, these are something totally different. Basically, you're going to be choosing between this platinum packet and this elite package. These over here are add-ons. Okay. All right, so $164.95 or $274.95 will be on a monthly basis. All right. These are the add-ons that I was talking about earlier. Add-ons for $21, $49, $21, $21, $21, $21. Okay, so how can you afford to pay for this? Now, you can afford to pay for this one of two ways. All right, one of two ways. You can do one of two things. One, always remember that you are your greatest asset, and no one's going to do for you more than you. You are your greatest asset. Take out the time to learn and grow. First way to pay for this is it's the $165 per month, right? You divide that by 30 days in the month. That means $5.50 per day that you either save and or, remember that chart I showed you for getting the pips, you get $5.50 per day. That'll pay for your $165 a month. All right, we have 20 trading days in the month. If you do the 20 trading days, if you don't trade on the weekends, that's $8.25 per day instead of $5.50. But either way, it's only going to cost between $5.50 to $8.25 per day in order to make this work for you. You can save that. Most people blow that every day on lunch at their job. Okay. The other way is to focus here on getting the pips. This is it right here. All right, getting $5 a day, $2 a day at point 0.01, or you could do $20 a day right here at 0.1, and that'll get you $20 for the day. That'll get you $100 a week, $4 for the month. That takes care of your monthly. All right, that takes care of your $165 every month. All right, so that's the first way. Remember that. The second way to pay for this, if you want to, it's totally optional. Just like you got your T-Mobile, your Sprint, your AT&T cell phone, or just like you went to a movie or you went to a restaurant and you told someone, you referred someone to that restaurant, you refer someone to your cell phone company, you refer someone to, you told someone about the movie. This works the same way. When you refer someone to a movie or to a cell phone company, they buy a cell phone, they go to the restaurant, you know, and they say, you know what, yeah, John just sent me, right? And what happens? Nobody pays you, right? It's just a referral. They're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, the same thing works here. Only difference is if you refer two people here, all right, and they come on board and start doing what you're doing, right, you won't get paid for this because you're your customer. But what will happen is they will waive your monthly fee of $165.95. So now you don't have to pay for that $165.95 once you refer two people and they continue to stay on. Okay, so you don't have to refer two people every month, just two people and they stay. If somebody falls off, you replace them. As long as you have two people on, your monthly will be free. So you got a choice. You can make or save $8 a day, right? Or you can trade and make $8 a day, and or you can refer two people to come on board, and as long as they stay on board, you won't have to pay your amount of money. Okay, so that's the two ways you can pay. So we're looking for people that's interested in learning how to make $5,000, $2,000 per month, part-time or full-time. We're looking for you guys. Okay, all right. And as I talked about earlier, that can make a big difference in a lot of people's lives, get things paid off. You can work it 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or 5 days a week, whatever your time allows you. Okay, and like to say to people again, live life, dream big. All right, to get started, you know, you can just go to this website. Before I go there, I want to share this with you real quick. Tyler Perry. A lot of people know heard of Tyler Perry. He has several television shows on that he's did several movies and several stage plays. Tyler Perry wants to share how he became a millionaire. All right, $400 million net worth. That's what he has. Tyler Perry says, hey, make a plan and raise your standards. Make a plan and raise your standards. He also says immediately start a business and duplicate it worldwide. That's why I love the internet. We can duplicate this worldwide and teach as many people as we want how to do this business. We can duplicate it. He says, stop wasting time on TV, games, dumb stuff, and people. He says, if a person doesn't have a plan, he said, move on. He said, figure out a way to make $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 weekly. He said, save 40% of what you make and invest it, right? He said, stop buying stuff that has no value. Cars, clothes, dumb jewelry, and so on. All right, this is Tyler Perry talking. This is not me. He said education. He said read books on the greatest people, self-educate yourself, and learn something new every day. Tyler Perry, guys. All right, stop eating bad food. Eat organic if you can only. Bad food changes your brain chemistry. All right, I didn't know that. I learned that just from reading this. All right, bad food changes your brain chemistry. Stop eating bad foods. Now, success starts with you taking the first step. If you're interested in joining, and I highly recommend that you do this, go to johnjester.info, go to www.johnjester.info, and if you came by way of Facebook or email or Instagram, that's the way I want you to go and sign up. That's www.johnjester.info, and you can get started, man. I do have a little bonus here, you know, that wanted to add on for anybody that gets on within the next 24 hours. You'll be doing some personal group training with me, right? You'll be able to do some group training with me. I will be holding your hand, walking you through this thing, making sure that you are good. And also keep in mind that the company will give you a 2 free if you decide to do that. And our team bonus, one of the things that I'm doing is we're going to Dallas in September. And if you decide to come on board with us, for Dallas, all you have to do is get there. It's a song that says, you can reach me by rail, airplane. No matter how you get there, just get there if you can. If you get to Dallas to our event that we're having in September, I will take care of your room accommodations for you. All right, so all you have to do is get there. You can fly, you can drive, you can take a plane, you can take a train, or you can walk. However you get there, you just get there, right? And we'll take care of your room accommodations once you get there. All right, so that's what we're doing for our team members. Again, just go to www.johnjester.info. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have some questions. If you have any questions, I'll come on. If you're looking at this replay, if you on social media, if you put some questions in the box, I will definitely respond to you, and I will get back with you. Just feel free to put the questions down there. Okay. Now, I got a couple slides I'm going to do. This next part is totally optional. What I talked to you about so far was trading. And if you like what you've seen so far, just go ahead and get started. Go to www.johnjester.info. You can get started, and then once you come on board, I'll be in contact with you, and then we get started training you. You know, you get started, and we'll get you off to whatever goal you have. Everybody's going to have different goals. Some people are going to want to make $500, $2,000. Some people are going to want to make more. So we'll tailor everything about you. But this next part, this next part is totally optional. It does not have anything to do with trading at all, but it is part of our company. So this is another part of our company where they outsource their marketing and sales. Just like I was talking to you about companies that market, they outsource their marketing, they outsource their customer service. You know, this way they don't have to drive to the company's physical location. Well, our company does the same thing. So we outsource our marketing and our sales. So with this company, you have an option to participate in this part if you want to. You don't have to. It's not required. Remember I said there's no recruiting, there's no selling required. You can make as much money as you want. We got plenty of people making 6 and 7 figures just trading alone, not even participating in this part of the business. Okay, so you have the option to participate or just, you know, stick to the trading. It's totally up to you, and it's totally optional. All right, so what I want to like to point out is how many people received a raise on their job, and I say this specifically because I know, there's there's a couple of unions that just got their group of people like a 2% raise or a 3% raise, and I'm saying this because I hope they see this video, because I was talking to them about this, and they're getting like 2% raises on from their unions, and I'm like, that's all you guys got? That's not much, I said, how would you like to get a bigger raise? So I'm going to show you how you can get a bigger raise from your job instead of picketing and begging your job to give you money. Now, so as I'm going to use this as an example for the average car payment. Most people, their car payment is around $300 to $600 per month. And if you have a car payment less than that, blessings to you. If you have a car payment more than that, woo, hope you're making a lot of money every month, okay? So most people are making our average car payment between $300 and $600 per month. And most people pay their mortgage or they rent on an average between $800 and $1,200 per month, $2,200 per month, I'm sorry. Now, what we do is when you come on board, for the second part, you get something we call a referral link. See, as a customer, you get a referral link to pass on to someone, and if they sign up to become a customer, you get credited as one towards your 2 and free. There's no money for the referral. You're just trying to get your monthly subscription to be free. That will happen with your second referral. But this position that I'm talking about now, we have a position called the IBO, which stands for Independent Business Owner. It costs an additional $15 per month to do this if you choose to do this. This option enables that referral link to position you to receive payments when you refer customers to our company. Now, we don't recommend this until you have a minimum of at least 2 to 3 customers. All right, you don't start off doing this. So even if you came on board tonight, you don't have to make that decision tonight. You make that decision after you get 2 or 3 customers under your belt. First thing we like to do is to get you to a free position. Okay, but once you get to that position, then you can decide if you want to start getting paid for it. So it's just food for thought for the future. So first you're going to get your 2 and free, and then you decide if you want to become an IBO. And if you do, once you become an IBO, money gets a little serious. Once you get to 3rd person, the company is going to pay you $150 per month once you refer your 3rd person to the company. The first 2, you get 2 and free, you don't have a monthly. But once you get the 3rd one there, they start to pay you $150 per month. Now, $150 per month can take up your gas and electric. You can take care of your water, your cell phone bill, some tolls, some parking. You can even take care of lunch and dinner, right? It can also take care of a portion of your monthly amount. Now, remember how much we talked about the car payment was, $300 to $600 per month? Well, if you continue to refer people, and or if the people that you referred, those 3, decide to refer people to, and between all of you, you get 12 in, the company will pay you $600 every month. That's $600 every month they're going to pay you every month. And know what you can do with that money? If you want, you can take care of your car payment. You can take care of your cable payment. You can do some clothing and shopping, you ladies, right? You can do all that type of stuff. I hit something on my computer. 1 second here. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? I'm going to stop that and then redo it again. Oh, somebody's, oh, it's not me. It's somebody. Who's on their computer?
Carol.
Hey, Carol. Hey, honey. Yeah, you clicked your screen share. How you doing, my dear? All right, let me take over. Stop. All right, good. All right, I'm taking the screen back. All right, so hopefully you guys can still see my screen. Now, Marlene, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So this would take care of your month of $600 per month. That would take care of a lot of stuff. It can also replace a part-time job for those of you that work in a part-time job. Just think about $600 a month coming in. that'll be an extra $7,200 per year. So if you was making $30,000 a year, that's a 24% increase on your salary. That's a 24% increase on your salary. And that extra money you can do, you can use that towards investing and grow it. Right? Up next, if you continue to do that, we have something called a Platinum 1000, right? Which a Platinum 1000 pays $1,000 per month. All right. In addition to that, that $1,000 can take care of other bills. It can take care of your rent. It can take care of your for some people their mortgages. Actually, the next one we have is called the Platinum 2000, and the Platinum 2000 can take care of your mortgage and stuff. That's the Platinum 2000 right there, and it pays $2,000 every month. But what they do is they pay it out to you weekly, so they pay you $500 every week. Okay, the Platinum 1000, they pay you $250 every week. So you're going to constantly have money coming in that you can use. If you want, you can use that for trading. You can use that for whatever you want to use it for. So just wanted to point that out. So for the most part, that's it. That's just extra money coming in, and there's more levels that they have, but I'll just talk about that. And that's the tool. So if you have any questions, this is what I get people to focus on, how to get themselves extra $2,000 a month, working 2 to 3 days a week, part-time, working 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day. Okay, and that's how you do it. All right, so always remember you are your greatest asset. The opportunity is here. You know, you just need to put in the work. That's pretty much it. Live life, dream big. I was focusing. My glass was homing in. I was focusing. So this is where you get started at. All right, so this was being recorded, and I will be putting this up. So I will I'm gonna stop this recording right here, and